All right, for those of you who are joining to this section, I want to say a wonderful evening to you. I trust you've been having. So drop your questions at the live chat so we can begin to take them as they come in. I trust you've had a wonderful exam, and tomorrow is going to be an exceptional one because you've had quite a lot of things to watch and prepare. So we are going to be starting in the next 6 minutes, 8 on the dot. We are not wasting time. So exactly 8 will kick off. So you are welcome to this live stream. We have 6 more minutes to start. So within the 6 minutes, we are going to be connecting, and then we are going to have a wonderful time. So let me see your comments at the comment section. If you have let's connect. All right, we have 4 more minutes. So those of us who are already live, can I be seeing your questions? Just drop your questions. Okay, somebody says, can you just rush through everything you taught ISD students? Definitely, I'm going to do that. So thank God you asked that question first of all. So if you can hear me, can you just type and say you can hear me? Let me see. So thank you very much for that. I'm going to run through everything. So, and then we're going to I'll be taking your questions as you ask. So every question you have, I'm going to be answering them. And I'll do a revision on everything. Okay, you can hear me very well, and I'm loud enough. All right, let's go ahead. So please, all your questions, put them in the live chat. I'm going to be reading them and getting back to you with your questions. All right, thank you so much. I can see Precious say you can hear me. If you say you can hear, Success can hear. That's beautiful. I'm impressed. So we're going to be doing it right away. There's no time to waste. So I have the entire syllabus in front of me. So I will run through it very briefly. I will run through it. Okay, we have 2 more minutes and I will start. So these are okay, we have just a minute left. Now for the orthograph signs, don't bother yourself about them. If you thank you very much, I wanted to emphasize that. I'm going to tell you the basic things you should be more concerned with. But for the orthograph signs, you'll be able to know them in spelling. So you are going to know about the orthograph signs. It's very essential. However, for those phonetic symbols, you don't need to bother yourself with those ones. It's not a phonetic class. It's not a phonetic class. It's an exam. Let's say you are given a gliss, for example, in the exam, and they write different spelling. You should be able to know that the one that has asontigue on top of the first E is the right answer. So that's the purpose of the orthograph sign we discussed in our very first class when you began the semester. And so the orthograph signs, you don't need to joke with it. Know that you have accent aigu on top of some words, you have accent grave on some words, you have your circumflex on some words. So note them, they are very, very vital. All right. Now, somebody asks, how can we easily know the gender of inanimate objects? That's beautiful. That's a very, very loving question you just asked. Now, the gender of inanimate objects, how do you know them? Now, basically, I remember Madam taught you guys how to know the gender of words. Now, there are basically some few things that can guide you. There's no hard and fast rule to that effect. But let me just guide you. Generally, when you have words that ends in EIL, ICE, IER, or MENT, OIR, or OUR, AGE, words that ends like that, that ends with a consonant. These words ends with a consonant. Basically, most of them are masculine in nature, and there are quite a lot of examples we have there. Let me give you a very few of them. Lion and lion, a lion. It ends with an ION, like I mentioned earlier. Another example I'm going to give you now is a word like It ends in ME. That's a word. Now, but those are for people. Inanimate object. All right, you're welcome back. My network is going off and coming back. However, there are some things that can help you to know and determine the gender a bit correctly. And like I mentioned, when you see words that ends in EIL, ICE, PIER, like panier, basket, an inanimate object now. A basket is inanimate. It ends in IER, le panier. They tend to be masculine. Words that ends in MENT, inanimate objects or just abstract nouns. Let's say, for example, you have le moment. They are inanimate objects. But be more concerned with the animate objects like names of family. Those are the ones that I'm going to be giving you. This is basic French. Names of family. A father, l'homme. Know that father is masculine. Know that mother, la femme, is feminine. Know that sister is feminine. Know that brother, le frère, is masculine. Know that cousin, le cousin, is masculine. So note those ones. Those are the ones that actually concern you at this level. Now let me be running before I expect your questions to come in. As you send in your questions, please ask your question. I want to be run through the course outline now and guide you very briefly on the things you have to look out for in the exam. Now, the very first topic is the introduction and importance of French language. They might give you one or two things there. You don't need to bother yourself too much about. So I believe you have watched it already. But now, those autograph signs, what you think about those autograph signs, the next thing we discuss in the course outline, I'm going through them one after the other now. I'm going to come to verb. Peter, Zion, don't worry. I'm going to come to the verb. I'm going to explain it to you. Silva said go to the verb conjugation. I'm going to come to there very soon. But let me just give a recap on these few ones. We have 1 hour. I'm going to cover everything. Now, talking about those autograph signs, like somebody asked earlier, you have to make sure that you know where there's accent aigu, accent grave in the spelling of those words. Because those are the things I'm going to test you on tomorrow. Those basic ones you know. Know that frère has accent grave on it. Know that mère has accent grave. Know that père has accent grave on it. So note those particular autograph signs on those words. They will test you on them. Those are the kind of things you should be expecting. Now, in the next thing in the course outline is the verb aller. I've actually made a video for you for that, but I've been so busy throughout the day I couldn't send the video. But you can relate very soon. Now, the verb aller is used. You are going to see this one tomorrow, whether you like it or not. It's going to be there in the exam for greetings. Now, when the lecturer comes to the class originally, he greets you, bonjour class, bonjour madame, bonjour monsieur, whoever the lecturer may be. The next thing you hear is comment allez-vous? Now the lecturer tells you comment allez-vous. Now when it tells you comment allez-vous, that is from the verb aller. And the verb aller is conjugated as je vais, je, V-A-I-S, tu vas, il va, elle va. Nous allons, vous allez, ils vont, elles vont. Now talking about verb conjugation, to conjugate a verb properly in French, there are basically two things to note. Number one, we call them the personal French, the personal pronouns. Now these personal pronouns, you have je, it means I. You have tu, it means you. You have il, you have elle, it means he or she. Il is he, elle is she. The next thing you have is nous, it means we. The next thing you have there is the vous, it means you. The next thing you have is the il, plural, I-L-X. And then you have the L, E-L-L-E-X, in the plural form. Now, these are the things you are going to write first of all to conjugate the verb. Now, that il and that L can stand for the name of people. You want me to say Tunde, I will say il. So want me to say Bosse, I will say L. So you can replace them like that. Now let's go to the verb conjugation, which most of us are clamoring for. Now we'll come to the next three things. But before then, the verb aller, the very first thing. Vous allez, you have ils vont, elles vont. Now the two things we use with the verb aller that you must take note of tomorrow as far as greetings are concerned is that vous and that tu. When you talk to your friends, you say comment ça va. Comment ça va. Now when you say comment ça va, the next thing you hear is ça va bien, merci. Comment ça va? Ça va bien, merci. When the lecturer come and ask you comment allez-vous, the response is nous allons bien, merci. So please take note of these responses because you are going to meet them tomorrow in the course of the exam. So that's what you need to know about the verb aller. Understand that you have that tu vas and then you have that vous allez. And we use those two for greetings. Comment ça va? Ça va bien, merci. Très bien. Et vous? That is for the verb aller. Now, the next thing in your course outline is to, after salutation and greetings, you already have the video for greetings. I believe you have watched it already. You say good bonjour, bonsoir, bonne nuit, bonne journée, bonne vacances. You already have that video. Most of you, more than 100 of you have watched it today. Kudos to you. But make sure you understand everything that I've written down there. Now, when you read the greeting, that will call the presentation de soi. Now, this will not have to be what we call the verb. Now, the verb to introduce yourself is called the verb s'appeler. Now, the verb s'appeler is je m'appelle. You say je m'appelle. You are going to see this one in the exam tomorrow. I'm very sure of it. I didn't see your exam question, but I know from past questions that I've seen, you are going to meet that one. And so, take note of that. Je m'appelle. Il s'appelle. Elle s'appelle. Please make sure that those conjugations, you get them correctly. You use je m'appelle for you. You use il s'appelle for he. You use elle s'appelle for she. You have nous nous appelons for we are called. We have vous vous appelez. You are called. And then you have il s'appelle, elle s'appelle. That's for the verb. All right, we're back. Now, that personal pronoun, you don't mistake, don't interchange them. Know them. You have the je, the tu, the il, the elle, the nous, the vous, the il, and the elle. Now, let's come to the first group verb, which is the last thing in your syllabus. Then I will go back to other things in the curriculum. Now, you have the verb, ER verb. We call them the first group verb. Pay attention. It's very easy to conjugate. In fact, these are the easiest verbs to conjugate in French. Why do I say so? When a verb ends in ER, all you need to do, write the verb and remove the ER at the end of it first of all. Now remember I told you must master the personal pronoun, which is your je, The network is giving us issues this night, so let me be very fast with the things that we have not yet touched. So now let's talk about the verbs. Like I said, you remove the ER at the end of it, and then you add your terminaison. For you, you add your E. For tu, you add your ES to the end of that verb that you remove the ER initially. For il and L, you add your E. For nu, you add ONS. For vous, you add EZ. For the last il and L, which is the plural, you add your ENT or ENT. So that is how you conjugate the verb and you get it correctly. Now, there are some things that are not in those videos. I made a video, but I've not edited it. And I'm not sure I can send it again before tomorrow morning because I've been busy throughout the day. So I want to deal with that issue right now because you already have these other videos as I'm answering your question. Days of the week. Somebody asked earlier. I'm looking at your comments here. Somebody asked about the days of the week. Now let's begin with the days of the week. The very first day of the week is dimanche. That is your Sunday. Please take note of it. Sunday is the first day of the week. We call it dimanche. Le dimanche. Now, the second day of the week is lundi. That's Monday. That's your first working day. The third day of the week is your mardi. That's your Tuesday. Wednesday is mercredi. Thursday is jeudi. Friday is vendredi. Saturday is samedi. These are the days of the week in French. We have the very first one as dimanche. Then from dimanche, you have lundi. Then you have mardi. The next one you have is mercredi. The next one you have is jeudi. And then you have vendredi. Then you have samedi. These are the days of the week. Now somebody else is asking about the months of the year. All right, very important you know them. Now, somebody say, what do you add to the je or tu for the verb? Let me go back to that one. For the verb, for the je, you add e to the end. Remember, initially you remove the e arrow. Then after you have written the verb, what is left of the verb, just add e to it. Then for tu, add es to it. For il and l, add e to it. For nu, add ons to it. For vous, you add ez. For il and l plural, you add ent. So that is for that particular one. I believe I've answered most of the questions you have here. Now, somebody say, which is the first day of the week? Now, the first day of the week is dimanche. D-I-M-A-N-C-H-E. Dimanche. That's the very first day of the week. That's your Sunday. Note them. Then the months of the year, les mois de l'année. Now, for these months of the year, the very first one you have there is your janvier. You have your février. You have mars. You have avril. You have mai, juin, juillet. You have août, septembre, october, november, and december. Somebody said that network is very bad. Let me reiterate. Now we just discussed the verb. To conjugate the verb perfectly, you need two things. Number one is your personal pronoun. Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il plural, elle plural. You already know that your tu and vous means you. Now let's conjugate the verb. Let's say an ER verb. Take for example the verb parler. I'm speaking right now. To speak. Parler is spelled P-A-R-L-E-R. Now to conjugate that verb parler, I will write those personal pronouns from the je, the tu first of all. I will not take parler, remove the ER at the end of parler, and write everything about for all of them. Now, when I'm done writing those things, we call them the racine. For this je, where I have je, I will not add E in front of that P-A-R-O-L I've written earlier after removing the E-R-O. For tu, I will not add ES. For il, I'm going to add E. For L, I will add E. For nu, I will add ONS. For vu, I'm going to add EZ. For il, I will add ENT. For L, I will add ENT. I want to believe you have gotten the verb conjugation now. Please, if you still have a question on that one, let me see it in the comment section so that I can go back to it again. I just repeated everything about conjugating verb. Number one, you write all your personal pronouns, your jo, your he, your il, el, nu, vu, write all of them. The second thing you do, you remove the E arrow in the verb, write it in front of all of them. Then you now come to je, add E to it, not the front. Or what is left that you wrote for the verb. For tu, add ES. For il and L, add E. For nu, add ONS. For vous, add EZ. For il and L, the plural, add ENT. So I believe that will serve and suffice for your verb conjugation. Now let's go to numbers. You are not going to escape numbers tomorrow. So let me deal with numbers. I didn't send you any video on numbers, so please pay attention. I have the video made already, but I'm having issues editing it because of the time frame. If I'm to edit it, it will take me almost till 11 o'clock if I will be done with the editing. But I will still try. Do that editing and send it so that before tomorrow morning, before you go to the exam or tomorrow morning, you will have that video. So I promise you one video at the end of this class. I will send it to you by 11 p.m. latest or 12 a.m. You're going to get it. You can just look through it. It's going to be like maximum 10-15 minutes. No more than that. You'll be good to go. Now, somebody say talk about the verb être. Thank you. The verb être. The verb être is conjugated as je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. I believe you have that among the conjugation in the video on verb I sent you. So please, you can watch more of that and you'll find more explanation to that effect. So please, let me get more questions. I'm here to answer your questions, remember. The next thing I've not talked about is the numbers. Let me hint on it very briefly before I try and make the video I send you this night before you go to bed. We have what we call ordinal and cardinal numbers. Now take note, when you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, those are called cardinal numbers. But when you have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, those are ordinal numbers. Now, how do we differentiate between cardinal and ordinal numbers in French? Now, for the cardinal numbers, the most important thing to know is from number 1 to 20. If you can know 1 to 20, you should be good enough to know even to a million. So let's take it one after the other. UN, that is 1. 2 is do. You can write it down if you have a pen around there. You should have a pen with you. DEUX, do. That's 2. These are the cardinal numbers. 3 is 3. TROIS, 3. 4 is 4. QUATRE. 5 is 5. CINQ. CINQ. 6 is CXIX. 6. 7 is set. SEPT. Set. 8 is wheat. HUITE. Wheat. 9 is north. N-E, N-E-U-F. That is neuf. N-E-U-F, neuf. 11 is onze. O-N-Z-E, onze. 12 is douze. D-O-U-Z-E. 13 is treize. T-R-E-I-Z-E. T-R-E-I-Z-E. Treize. 14 is quatorze. Q-U-A-R Q-U-A-T-O-R-Z-E. Q-U-A-T-O-R-Z-E. 14. 15 is quinze. Q-U-I-N-Z-E. Quinze. 16 is seize. S-E-Z-E. Seize. You see, there is a spelling from 1 to 16. To get 17, you will take the spelling of 10, this, and the spelling of 7, set. You will join it together with an hyphen. 17 is na, the set. You do the same thing for 18. Take 10, take 8, you have this width. Do the same for 19. Take 10, take 9, add it together, you have this neuf. Now when you come to 20, there is a word for 20 in French. It's called vingt. V-I-N-G-T. Vingt. Now when you come to 21, you will take 20, you will take a conjunction if you call it and. That conjunction is spelled as et. Then that your one you spelled, you not take it. You have 21. V-I-N-G-T space E-T space U-N. 21. Now when you come to 22, you are not going to say 22. No. You say 22. V-I-N-G-T hyphen, put the spelling of 2. D-E-U-X. 22. You can continue doing that. You have 23, you have 24, you have 25, you now have 26, 28, 27, 28, 29. When you now come to 30, it's spelled as trente. T-R-E-N-T-E. T-R-E-N-T-E. After the numbers, I'm going to be dealing with articles, definitely. So pay attention. I'm coming to that. Thank you for asking that question. I have it in front of me as part of the syllabus. I'll deal with everything this night. So that's for 30. Trente. T-R-E-N-T-E. N-T-E. T-R-E-N-T-E. Trente. Now the same way you got 21 as 21, you now have 31. T-R-O-E-N-T-E space E-T space 1. When you got your 22, you can get your 33 like that. 32. You now have 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39. When you come to 40, there is a word for 40. It is called quarante. Q-U-A-R-A-N-T-E. Quarante. The way you got 31, you get 41 that way. 41, then go to 42, till you go to 49, 49. 50 is cinquante. 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 51 will give 51. 52 will give 52. Then you continue like that until you come to 60. And what is 60? It is called soixante. 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 After that, you have 61. Pay attention right now. It becomes trickier here. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. Now we come to 70. There is no word for 70 in French. So what the Frenchman did, he took 60, took 10, added them together to get 70. 70 is called 70. Now, if they took 60 and 10 to get 70, that means they will also take 60 and 11 to get 71. So, sometimes I'll give you 71. Now, 72, 73, 74, 75, until you get to 79, you now come to 80. Now there is no word for 80. So they pick 4 and 20. 4 times 20, any day, anytime, is going to give you 80. So 80 is now 4 20s. 80. That 80 had an S in it. 80. Then 81, 82, 83, until you get to 90. 90 is 90. The way they got 70, that's how they got 90. 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. So that way, and you continue until you get to 99, and then you get to 100. 100 will give you son. 100 is going to give you son. That is 100. You can repeat the process until you get to 200. 200, 300, 400, until you get to 1,000. 1,000 is mille. 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 Continue like that, you get to 1,000,000 and million. The same spelling. 1,000,000,000 and milliard. MILLAROD. So that is it for number. That is it for number. Now somebody say, sir, please, how can we translate or interpret this? For example, 15th November 2019. All right, let's do that together. Now we have learned the numbers just now. Number one, what is 15th? The very first thing is the day of the week. Let's assume tomorrow is Thursday and tomorrow is 15th of November. We are assuming. I'm going to say tomorrow's day is on Thursday. Jeudi le 15. 15 is 15. Remember, jeudi le 15. What is November? The month of the year. We did it earlier. Jeudi le 15. I want to say November. Now, we just learn the numbers and I say 1,000 is 1000. And I will say 2,000 is 2000. You have 2019. 2000, you write 2000. 19 is 19. 2019. So you have for this 15th November 2019 now, assuming it's on a Friday, we can say vendredi le 15 Novembre 2019. If the person that asked that question, if you got it, can you just give me a reaction on the page? Let me see it. I know that you actually got it. So you give me le 15 Novembre 2019. That should be the answer. Le 15, 15, November, the month of the year, 2019 le 15 novembre 2019. All right, that's for that. So I'm waiting for your reaction. Let's go over now to article. Now that is for dates. We have dealt with dates. We have dealt with days of the week. We have dealt with the month of the year. Now somebody's asking about the vowel and the consonant. Well, let me just give you a tip. It's not, you are not French student fully, and we are not gonna. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not absolutely, but I'm not sure from what I've seen so far in past questions that you're going to be battling with vowel sounds. No, you're going to be battling with every other thing I've been talking about throughout. So forget about this phonetic aspect for now. Is to help you to pronounce. That was the intention originally in the course outline. So let's leave that one. Okay, so give me a few seconds. Let me take a glass of water and I'll be back to continue with us. Okay, somebody wrote meal. Now, do meal is going to have an S. Remember, it's 2. You write 2 before the meal. Do meal, we have an X. Thank you very much. You're getting it. All right, please let your questions keep coming. I want to pick your questions so that I can attend to you. That was the deal. You ask your questions, and I take time to give you the answers and then elaborate on the course outline at the same time. Okay. I sent you a video in that playlist. There is a video. All right, if you got it, that's correct. Le jeudi 15 November. Now, the person that wrote initially did not put the month of the day of the week. That's why I said le 15 directly. So we are in order. Thank you very much for calling my attention to that. That's it. If you are mentioning the day, that the day we take the article. But if there is no day mentioned, like the person wrote initially on the live chat, just 15 November, that date will not take the article. So that's just the difference. So you did very well. But your disnov, there should be an hyphen. Take note of that. Okay. Next question, please. Send in your questions. I want to answer them. That's why we are here. Now let's go over to articles in French. Now at your level, there are basically 2 articles I'm going to focus on. I'll just hint on the third one. We call them the definite article and the indefinite article. Now the third one, I think I did that with you guys in class when I came around with Madame, and that was the partitive article. Now, how does it work? For the definite article, you will find out that we have le, that's for a masculine noun, le père, le garçon, le bébé. Masculine noun we take lo. Now, if it's a feminine noun, la classe, la femme. Now, when the noun begins with a vowel or a silent H, it is what we call article élidé, L apostrophe. And you have l'église, l'homme, long. Those are examples. That's how they are used. Now the plural, whether it is a masculine noun taking lo, a feminine noun taking la, or is a word a vowel that begins or a vowel that begins a word. When you come to the plural, it takes les, les, and you add, make sure that the na is also in the plural. So that is all you need to watch out for tomorrow for the definite article. Okay, another question is here. Somebody said, how can we identify the questions tomorrow? The we are supposed to learn some basic words in French. If yes, what kind of words? Well, the instructions are going to be in English. I think so, and I know so. So you are going to see the questions tomorrow. However, if they're asking you a question like, how do you say how are you in French? You should be able to know that it's going to be comment ça va or comment allez-vous. If that is clear, can I get your response? The person that asked that question. Thank you very much. I love your question. They're always very insightful. And please ask more. Ask more. They're very important. Okay, back to the articles we are dealing with. We'll go to the definite article. Now we have what we call the indefinite article. L'article indéfini. Now we have un, un. We have une, une. All right, thank you very much. I've gotten your response. une. Now, what you use lo for is what you use un for. What you use la for is what you use une for. So please, you have for a father, père, we have le père, you're going to be un père. For uncle, when you have elle, you have un oncle. For an aunt, it's going to be une tante. For mother, it's going to be une mère. So that is it. You want to take note of it. It's very important to do that. Now the last section, and I think one of the last things I've not touched, and I'm going to talk about professions. All right, I almost forgot. I'm going to come to that very soon. That's what the last thing I'm going to deal with before we hit our hour mark that we agreed on. So for the partitive article, I'll call them articles contractés. They are normally used to indicate direction. I gave you some. De plus le will give you du. From. To di. From. A plus L will give you o. Je vais au marché. I'm going to the market. Du. Je viens du marché. I'm coming from the market. So please take note of them. It's very important you do that. So let me see if you have any other questions before I continue. Before I continue. Okay. The last thing I want to deal with now, very briefly, is what we call presentation. Presentation. Now let's say you want to present yourself. You're not doing oral exam, definitely, but you might miss something, but some vocabularies are going to come handy. You want to present yourself in French. Let me give an example. Je m'appelle Monsieur Sylvestre. Je suis un professeur. J'enseigne à Uniben. Je suis dans le département des langues étrangères, foreign languages. Now there are some things I want to bring out from that presentation of self. Number one, my name is Je m'appelle. Number two, my profession. Professor is a teacher. Now you can have avocat as a lawyer. You have médecin, that is a doctor. You have infirmière, INFIRO, that is a nurse. You have boulanger, that is a baker. So there are many of them like that. So those are different professions, basic ones you should know, and I think you are going to find them handy tomorrow. Now somebody is saying, sir, please recapitulate the verb conjugation. Okay, for your sake, some people had issue with their network earlier. I said for ER verb, Apart from the verb aller, which you should know how to conjugate, is there in one of those videos. Please go back and watch them very well if you have not done that. The very first thing, the verb aller, avoir, and être, these are irregular verbs. There's a video for that. I believe you have watched it. Please, if I'm correct, can you just let me know if that is there, or I'll look for that video and send it to you guys. If you have made that video already, please just type yes if I'm correct. Let me be sure. I need feedback on that. Now, for the ER verb, which I'm concerned about now, how do you conjugate the ER verb? Number one, you write your personal pronoun. Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. Now, let's pick another verb now. Chanter, to sing. C-H-N-T-E-R, chanter. Now, for the verb chanter, I've written all my personal pronoun. I will remove the ER at the end of the verb, and I will write what is left, the C-H-A-N-T, in front of all the personal pronoun. That's the second step. The third thing I'm going to do, for Joe, I will add E to that C-H-A-N-T in front of the Joe. I add E to that C-H-A-N-T. For the tu, I will add E-S. For the il, I will add E. For the L, I will add E. For the nu, I will add O-N-S. For the vous, I will add E-Z. For the ILS, the il, and the ELLES, the L, and we add ENT. That is how to conjugate the verb correctly without making mistakes. However, when the verb ends in G-E-R, please pay attention now, wherever you are. Don't be distracted. This is very vital. Take, for example, the verb manger. If you follow this formula we just did now, you are going to get it 95% correct. Now, this is the reason. When you get to that nu for verbs that ends in G-E-R, before you add the O-N-S in the nu, add E before the O-N-S. It's going to be correct then. So you need to take note of that one. I have to bring it up. Now, it's not every time they will give you the personal pronouns with verb to conjugate. Let's say we say le Musa. She ought to know that le Musa is plural, and it has to take a plural verb. That le Musa there could be il, it could be elle, it could be il, it could be elle. Okay, somebody said, I'm lost. How do you identify masculine word and feminine word? We began that earlier. We talked about it. And I said that there is no hard and fast rule generally. However, we can give you a guide on how to determine some words are masculine or feminine. Now, things that do with reproduction, like they are mostly feminine. Things that do with beauty, they are mostly feminine. Let's say we have words that ends in IER, like panier. They are masculine in gender. But the general rule is that you learn them now with a gender because there is no hard and fast rule. Now somebody's talking about time. Sir, is time going to come out as a question? I didn't set your exam question, and from what I am seeing in your syllabus, I have the syllabus in front of me. There is nothing like time. Time is for second semester. And in your second semester, we already have all the video compilation, and then when you come to second semester, we'll send you the playlist and you just be enjoying yourself. So I'm not sure. It's not supposed to come out because it's not in the syllabus for the first semester. So I believe you have answered that question is answered. Now somebody say nouns. We'll talk about nouns already. They are introduced by articles, your masculine article, your lo, la, or your an or yun in the plural form. So you take note of them. So if verb like avoir, venir, we are to conjugate them also. Now for verb like avoir, it's an irregular verb. The basic thing you should know at this level is to know the verb aller, comment allez-vous, comment ça va, basic things. You must know how to conjugate the verb aller. You have the video there, and I think I conjugated the verb there. Number two things you know, avoir and être is must. J'ai, tu as, il a is there in the video with you. You can conjugate the verb avoir and the verb être. For the verb venir, I am not sure because you're not supposed to be doing third group verb at this level. That's for second semester. So don't be afraid. I'm not sure they're going to set that for you. And even if they do, you should be able to know that je viens, tu viens. You don't have issues. You just know that you have for ONS, there will be ON, for nous, there will be ONS, for vous, there will be EZ. Then for ILS, ELLES, there will be ENT. Only for the first four that you have SS and T. So don't bother about venir. It's a third group verb. So you don't have issue with that one. So our 1 hour is almost up. Send in your questions now before I call it a day. It's been wonderful. And I'm grateful that you came around. And please go back to those videos you have already. I promise to send you one video for the numbers. I don't think it's still necessary, but if I can, I will try and send it. But if I can't, well, I've done it already here, so you should be able to do well in the exam. So I'm waiting for your questions. We have basically 8 more minutes, and then we call it a day. And I'm wishing you the very best for you. Do have a lovely night. I can't see any other question. Have a lovely night. This discussion right now is a video. I'm going to send you the link of this our interaction now. It's going to be a private video, so I will send it to the group now. Then you have access to all we have discussed so far in this short period of time. So do well. You can go over it again. All the questions I answered, you have access to them. And then those of you that are network disturbed, you have access to the video now. So see you. Succeed. Enjoy. Let me see the A's flowing when the exam result is posted. Bye-bye.